つのじファーム。
I have a daughter who has diagnosed as an autism and also light intellectual disorder. She is 5 years old now. In this movie, this girl who is wearing purple dress, this is Rapunzel dress, and this is her favorite. And now we as a family living in Nanayama, where the Japanese countryside in Saga Prefecture, Karatsu City. Before we come to Nanayama, we used to live in Yamaguchi Prefecture, and when she was 3 years old, she started going to the kindergarten, but soon after that, she refused to go to kindergarten. At the time, I was pregnant with the little boy, and also I was working as an English teacher at home. So every morning, my daughter was screaming to refuse going to the kindergarten, but I had to take her to the kindergarten. In the evening, when I came to pick her up, she was standing in the corner of the room and she was staring at one point. She didn't have nearly any facial expressions. Also, she didn't talk, but she loved watching English YouTube like princess things, and she sometimes sang English songs, and she looked very happy at the time. When I took my daughter to the developmental examination, the lady said we had to go to the next level of developmental examination because she couldn't understand any Japanese questions and she couldn't say anything. So I kind of regretted what I've done for 5 years. Like, I spoke a lot in English, and she just observed English, no Japanese, and it was my fault. So I stopped talking to her in English, and my job was teaching English for moms who is raising kids. So I stopped this job as well, and I was really down and I regretted, and I was the one who was standing in front of my daughter and doing something bad for her. I feel shame. I want to go somewhere nobody knows about me. I just want to run away from here. That's why I came to Nanayama. And in this beautiful Japanese countryside scenery, I started feeling a bit relaxed and a little bit calm, and I met so many great friends, and the most important point was my daughter started smiling. In these 2.5 years, I just got myself back little by little, and I used to work as a flight attendant, and somehow I tried to show myself smarter, nicer, more beautiful, something like that, and I did so much effort for making these things happen. And in Nanayama, I realized that I don't need to do these things anymore, and all of my friends accept me who I am, and I started feeling very happy since then. And my daughter didn't stop speaking, singing, and playing in English, and it was such a joy for me, actually. And the first 3 years after she was born, I was enjoying so much to do my home English method with my children from bottom of my heart, and I realized that my daughter is the best model of my home English method. And from now on, I am going to restart to spread this home English method which I created. So I'm going to do YouTube, I'm going to publish books, and I'm going to seminar, I'm going to talk in front of so many people. I will do anything what I can do, because since I could speak English when I was 20, my world began to spread like no limit. And in these kids who has diagnosed as autism, the spectrum, kids sometimes have a strong interest in English. This is what my teacher told me, and when I heard the thing, I was very surprised that, hey, this is not only my daughter. And in my case, I was English teacher, I was doing the job, I had to use English, so it was kind of natural that my daughter was interested in English. But in Japan, you are born and raised in Japan, and both of parents don't use English at work, at home, but these kids want to watch YouTube in English, or he or she sometimes speak some English words or sing some English songs. And these spectrum kids are not so rare in Japan. And since I have a daughter who has diagnosed as an autism spectrum, and I teach English, and I am enjoying the child raising in the nature, so I can share these experiences for moms who have been struggling with the same kind of problem I used to have. Since I've moved to Nanayama, I changed my way of talking, asking, and discipline my children. And this is because I started working in the farm about 2 years ago, and I realized that taking care of plants are similar to raising children. In plants case, you are a successful farmer when you can withdraw the plant's natural original power, and you just help to make good soil, give some good water. Then plants will automatically bloom beautifully or get some juicy fruits. And child raising is nearly the same. I just look at my children and notice what kind of flower they want to bloom or what kind of fruits they want to get, and I just observe my children very carefully and search or even create the best environment which has good healthy food or good quality natural daily use items, or even what kind of adults are surrounding them. And this is the most important thing, to make or search or create this kind of environment for child raising. When you take care of the plants in the natural farm, I could change my way of child raising into a good, better way. I actually feel really happy about that. And the happiest thing overall is I can prepare the food for my children, which is delicious, non-chemical, natural, beautiful vegetables and fruits, which I grow in my own farm. Nanayama can give you this kind of experience only if you will. I'm going to start the CSA farm in January 2024 in Nanayama. This farm is called Tsun no Ji Farm, and here the mothers who is struggling or isolated in child raising, and also whose children have developmental disorders such as autism spectrum, learning disability, and ADHD. Tsun no Ji Farm is where you can grow the delicious vegetables, beautiful herbs, and flowers, which all the mothers desire to feed and show for their children. We can grow these beautiful things together in this community-supported agriculture system, which I'm going to use in this Tsun no Ji Farm. Tsun no Ji Farm is the retreating farm in Nanayama for mothers like me and children like my daughter. I feel so happy when I imagine what kind of things can happen in this farm, or what we can do to make it more fun, more enjoyable for mothers and children. Children can see mothers when they are planting or doing some fun job, and sometimes they can help their mothers. I am looking forward to create this kind of happy environment. I'm going to share my life and my experiences in Nanayama so that all the future crews can find me and Tsun no Ji Farm on my YouTube channels and also in Instagrams. Thank you for watching until the end, and I hope to see you as one of Tsun no Ji Farm crew in the future.